All right, Aries, the cards are pre-shuffled. I have several decks out here. I'm Rebecca, Empathic Crow. This is a general reading, so take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but this is for the energy of March 2026. And Pisces reading already went along with the short general read that I posted today, but Aries, we'll see if yours does as well. We'll start out with, I started with the Light Seers Tarot for Pisces, but I'm feeling called to the... what is it called? Something Neon Tarot. I don't know where I set the box. Here it is. I think it's Inspired. Yeah, the Inspired Neon Tarot. All right, so we will start with the Inspired Neon Tarot. Aries, let's see what is the energy for you. For goodness gracious. Pisces definitely did not pop out that quickly. We have the Six of Cups. So something from the past is coming up. So we'll see where this is going as far as what that past is bringing to you. Now this card looks like a card where it's something that at least in the moment seems hopeful or helpful. You've got the Wheel of Fortune coming out. I'm noticing just in both of these, like it's feeling like it's giving carnival or fun house or like fair vibes. So we will see where this goes. I'm being told to not necessarily say what it is yet. Because even down at the bottom of the Wheel of Fortune, we've got, it almost looks like a mausoleum is the word coming into my head, but I don't think that's it, but like a cemetery. And then, of course, Six of Cups is referring to the past. So let's pull some more cards and see where we are going with this. Why am I being called to look at the numbers? So the Wheel of Fortune is a 10. And the Six of Cups, of course, is a 6. So 10 and 6 is 16. 1 and 6 is 7. So I don't know if 7's a number that resonates with someone. I don't know why it took me so long to break that one down. Usually I'm pretty quick with those. Maybe because it's in Roman numerals. All right. Are these 3 cards part of this reading? Usually I think that they, oh, it's 4. Won't be, but they are. I feel like it is. Okay. So how are we reading this? You're rising up from whatever these past situations were. I feel like this is you as a child. Like I said, it feels really hopeful. And like that Wheel of Fortune looks almost like a Ferris wheel to me, and then we've got these flowers which almost look like a bunch of balloons, and it looks really fun and interesting. And I feel like the star in this card is saying that you're finding a balance between what it felt like maybe you wanted life to be versus what it is and what you're creating. Like with that mandala up above her head that has a very third eye aspect to it, which makes sense. Yeah, I feel like you're trying to figure out what is the balance between what you expected, what was, and what you want. Maybe that makes sense. And so next we have the Ten of Pentacles. With the Ten of Pentacles in this particular deck, I'm looking at it and he's pretty content. He's got his 2 dogs beside of him, those loyal companions. He's got the pentacles around him. He does have the pentacle in his hand, but he's not holding it tightly like the 4 of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck where you see the guy holding onto the pentacles too tight. He's just making sure he's got it. It's secure, but he's not necessarily holding onto it really tightly. And the other pentacles are kind of around him, almost as decoration. Like, this is what you've worked for. This is what you've worked for. And then there's a light behind him that has that sacral chakra, solar plexus chakra, and heart chakra. And even the pentacle has this heart chakra and third eye crown color. So the money that you're building, the money that lasts, is what I'm hearing, is coming from what you create through your heart, using your intuition and your discernment, but it's coming from a place of focusing on your passions without that anxiety. So if there's anxiety that came from these things not being exactly what you wanted them to be, then you finding the balance is you being able to calm that anxiety, to feel more balanced in that solar plexus chakra, to feel more confident, to focus on your passions in order to build that abundance and be in a point where you feel confident and comfortable with what you've built and what you have. We've got the Six of Wands, and it's coming in, of course, with that fiery, passionate energy, but look at all these leaves, like all that growth. And I feel like this is you right now, like you're coming through and you're making some wins, but I don't think you fully believe that they're wins. Because these wands can sometimes remind us of the things from the past that felt difficult, that felt like, oh, what am I seeing? Like a roadblock. 555 on the clock. It felt like a roadblock. That change didn't always feel comfortable. Change usually doesn't feel comfortable. And that looks like a fire. Like I keep hearing walking through the fire, or seeing people that, you know, walk across the hot coals. It's reminding yourself that this journey doesn't have to, like, it may not be easy and it may be somewhat difficult, but it's not as big of a risk as you think. That's what I'm hearing. It's not as big of a risk as you think, and you can come out winning. Now, we've got the Nine of Wands here as the last card that popped out from the Inspired Neon Tarot. He's got that blue behind him, and it's in that throat chakra center and heart space. So I feel like it's pushed back, and then you've got all the wands. I feel like part of your healing, part of being able to find that balance, is you being able to actually speak your truth. Like, notice there's blue circles both places. She's fully embracing herself. She says what she needs to say. She trusts her intuition. She is focused on her growth, healing, balance, all of those things. I feel like with this Nine of Pentacles, it's saying to you that you're not speaking your truth. And it doesn't necessarily even mean out loud to others, but I hear even to yourself, like that you are pushing back because of this childhood experience. Like you felt like you weren't heard. And so I'm hearing, what's the point? What's the point? What is the point of speaking if people aren't going to listen? I'm just going to focus on myself. That's what I hear. So Aries, if you are thinking or feeling that, that is what I'm hearing. I'm just going to focus on myself. It didn't help. It didn't work. We've got the Hierophant here, and I feel like this isn't you looking outside of yourself to find guidance. This is you looking at yourself, like with the Star card. This is you being able to use your intuition and discernment and heal some of those past things so that you can find this more balanced aspect that's coming through in the Ten of Pentacles. All right, we're going to go to the Haunted Echoes Oracle deck. It is, I think, generic is the word that I use. That may not be the right word. I got it off of Amazon. But while some of the words may be misspelled, I do like this because it is really good for calling out some of those things that we need to let go of in order to move on. So Aries, for you, how do you get out of that stuck energy from the past? And so I may link the short for you as well, because I feel like it is in alignment with your reading as well in a different way, but the message is still clear and helpful. So we have a card that kind of wanted to come out. God, angels, ancestors, and guides. What is it that Aries needs to focus on so that they can move forward? And if I'm not getting anything here, I did get one. I was going to say I'll move on to the Crow Oracle. Restless spirit. Unresolved issues keep you from finding true peace. Address what haunts you. This is exactly what I've been saying. Like, even look at this cloaked figure, and we ended on this Hierophant, who is also a cloaked figure. And I feel like this is you, because I'm seeing the Hermit card as well with that cloaked figure. And I did when I first pulled this out, and that's why it took me a second. I had to look at it again. I was like, no, that's the Hierophant. So with that, I feel like it's saying you've already been in this cloaked mode. I feel like, Aries, have you been in hiding? Because that's what it feels like. Like you've taken some time, but now it's time to use your discernment, use your knowledge, use your passions, and decide where you want to go. Because if you stay in this hermit type mode and stuck in the past, then yeah, you're going to have the things that you don't want. If you're in a space where you feel like you don't want what you have right now, and notice the Hierophant also is 5, which is change. I didn't point that out earlier, but you have to change in order to, if you want different things, you got to do things differently, basically. There's a lot coming in, and I'm like, what way am I going to say this? There's so many different ways I could say it, and it finally came through. Anything else from this Haunted Echoes deck? Oh, that's interesting. Silent ruins. Give voice to past trauma to find your peace within. Express your feelings. That's what I was saying. Where is it? With this 9 of Wands. Aries, there's a truth that you haven't been expressing from your childhood. I can't make this crap up. Where it felt like things were unstable. Like when it felt like things were good, maybe you found out that they really weren't, or something would happen. Or if it felt like things were really bad, then maybe something good came in, but you didn't know if you could trust it. Like that's what I'm getting. It's like I said, carnival, circus. So in order to move forward, you got to give voice to past trauma to find the peace within. So expressing your feelings. And then the other card that came out is fleeting glimpse. It's easy to lose your sight. It's easy to lose sight of your vision, personal vision, pursue opportunities. Let me try that again. I don't know why I'm having a hard time with that card. Fleeting glimpse. It's easy to lose sight of your personal vision, pursue opportunities. And that's exactly what we've said. The personal vision with the Star card and the Hierophant, and also with that 10 of Pentacles. And then in order to get that 10 of Pentacles, having to be able to focus on opportunities and using your insight, your discernment, your passions, whatever, to draw on that. Let's see. I feel like, let's go to that Crow Oracle, Urban Crow Oracle, MJ Cullinane, because I was definitely feeling called to it. Is there anything else for this message for Aries that is wanting to come? That's not right order from this deck. Not that it matters the order, because I don't have the setup right now where you can see the cards. It's just something I like. All right, anything specific that Aries needs to focus on? Well, if there's one that comes out, I'll pull it. But when there's a couple, I go ahead and just let it, let's see. Is there another deck I need to use? Because it's, if you see, it's like they're trying, but they're having a hard time. I say that, and 8 commitment is what came out. Like, you're trying, but you're having a hard time committing to what it is that you want. You want to believe that, again, you can have this cooperation, you can have this new beginning, you're building something, but it's hard to commit to it because I'm hearing opportunities in the past did not work out. And notice this yellow and orange, like I said, being able to step into that sacral chakra balance and solar plexus chakra balance, that your anxiety is balanced. You're letting go of the anxiety. You're trusting yourself. You're using your intuition. You're trusting your discernment. You're using your creativity or following your passions, whatever it is. Anything else from this deck? And also notice that in their beaks, they have little blueberries, if you can see it. See if we can get in the light. And like I said, again, round blue circles that I've got blue on completely today. That throat chakra, being able to give a voice to those past traumas so that you can move forward. Anything else from the Urban Crow Tarot? If not, we will go to the Spirit of the Animals Oracle and pull a card for you of what you can focus on to help you. All right, so let's move on to the Spirit of the Animals Oracle deck. So what can help Aries? What can help Aries in their situation right now? Aries, your cards were like popping out at first and now they're sticking. Again, where was that resistance card? Commitment. I feel like there is a resistance here and it's time to let go of that resistance. It's keeping you stuck. Black Jaguar, old soul. So this is part of why you may be staying stuck. You've seen a lot of things. You know stuff can happen. Walk through life with confidence and grace. You have the power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. 100%. And that looks almost like a new... Let me throw it down. It looks like a new moon, but it also looks like some eclipse energy here. We just had the one eclipse, and then on March 3rd, we have I think they call it a blood moon because we have another eclipse where because of the shadows and everything, the reflection, 15:55 on the clock, it looks red. But it's not something to fear. That's your main theme there, Aries. It's not something to fear. You're an old soul. You've been through a lot of things, and that's okay. It does mean that sometimes we carry those past emotional imprints that sometimes keep us stuck and keep us from moving forward. But I feel like this is saying because you've been through those things, because you are an old soul, you do have a lot of information. It's time to see it from a different perspective. It's time to shift that energy and take those thoughts and ask yourself, because I have all this experience, all this knowledge, I know what to do differently. I have the tools to navigate this, and it could be okay instead of just sitting and not committing. And then that 10 of Pentacles just feels out of reach because you can't get it unless you make a move. All right, Aries, I hope that was helpful. And if you want to explore your personal situation, I do have personal bookings, 45 minutes and 60-minute sessions, live sessions. So we'll be on video chat. But if you don't, that's fine. And please feel free to like, share, comment. The message getting to whoever needs it is always my intention. And the messages are timeless. So maybe I'm recording these for March 2026, but at the same time, when it meets you, there may be a message in there for you, or it could be the message is what you needed. Take care. And again, thank you so much.